Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Streamer News. I don't know how to intro this show, so I just make it up as I go every time. I pushed the stream live early. It was still on a different scene. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Streamer News. This is my bi-weekly news show regarding all news relating to streaming and streaming tech and things like that. We have one of my most jam-packed shows we may do for a long time and have done thus far, even though it's only episode 3, but there is a lot of news to cover in this stream. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Yeah. So we have a lot going on. I did want to start out by bumping and saying we have a community game night coming this Saturday, so tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, over on our Discord server, eposvox.com/discord. I don't have a vanity URL yet. eposvox.com/discord. You can join with us. We're gonna have a few different people doing Discord Go Live streaming, and we are streaming and playing Day of Defeat Source, and I'll be playing over on my CRT monitor over here. And we are going to have some giveaways of a couple copies of the game for people who don't have access to get to play, and we're gonna have a good time. Probably go for a couple hours, and then people can keep playing for a little bit after that if the mood feels it. And we're gonna try to make this a regular recurring thing every once in a while. So 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Saturday, October 12th. Day of Defeat Source, eposvox.com/discord. Go check it out. All right. So we're actually, topic-wise, going to start out before we go too far here with one of the title topics, just so we can get the call out of the way. I'm going to call in, once again, my community manager, Iceorb, as we've had some kind of strange experiences, or, well, he mainly has, with Apex Legends, and it turns out to be an actual widespread issue, and not just him. And they don't seem to care to do anything about it. And we'd like to talk about it a little bit in just a momento. But, so, just to provide you with a little context here, we've been testing Discord Go Live streaming for roughly a month now at this point. We've been doing Discord Go Live streaming and trying out different games and all sorts of stuff, and so that's another reason to join our server, is we're always streaming on Discord, so go check it out. And we had a group of us doing Apex Legends with one of our group members streaming to Mixer, and my community manager here, Iceorb, streaming to Discord Go Live. And he got banned for cheating. They keep saying it's cheating. We were watching. We weren't winning. He wasn't cheating. But there's a lot that goes into it. And I believe I have him here on the line. Let me know in chat. Make sure we can hear him. You good? Hello? I think we lost their call. RIP. The joys of live production, ladies and gentlemen. All right, coming back to this till he gets reconnected here. So, Apex Legends uses easy anti-cheat, which can detect, different programs as being a cheating program. And apparently there's a widespread issue. There are countless Reddit threads and forum threads of people who have, kind of recurring similar programs that Apex and other easy anti-cheat games keeps detecting as being cheat programs. Only they won't seem to apparently tell anyone what it is, and we haven't figured it out. I'm trying to stall so he can get reconnected. Lol. Press F in chat. I just got banned from Discord. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and jump into one of our other topics while we're waiting on this here. Real super quick. We're just gonna talk about... Oh, is this better? I think we have him back. There we go. Alright, never mind.
Where'd you lose me?
You literally had said one word.
Okay. Yeah. All so, right. So this happened on. I guess I'll recap the timeline. So this happened on October 2nd. We were actually and discussing what we're going to do with the community game night stream. And about 2 hours into the session, I caught a ban. I got booted out of the game for said banned for reason banned. I don't know. You might have the screenshot somewhere around here, but and the only thing that I can find that may have caused was either the Discord overlay, and I suspect maybe even the Discord Go Live feature itself.
And you can see Discord overlay right there on the thing.
The shadow play, because I was capturing locally earlier in the night, or Logitech profile.
Right.
I've been able to find some evidence on Reddit from other users reporting that if they had any one of those three things active, like if they were using Logitech profiles, Logitech profiles allows you to set up macros on your additional function keys. So like if you, I guess in the case of like an editor might have a macro set up to bring up, different scene transitions or something like that. But I have seen some evidence of people having that functionality enabled, and then they caught a ban in Apex Legends or what's another easy anti-cheat game, Gears 5, Battalion. Right. This is a thing that seems to be specifically related to easy anti. Now, I get that the vast majority of people that easy anti-cheat's going to catch are probably legitimately hacked, but I can pretty much prove that is not the case with this one. It would be kind of stupid to invest $300 into an account and then suddenly decide, what, let's throw that away.
Yeah, let's throw all your money away.
Yeah, if I wanted to burn my money, I could have literally burned it.
And again, you were streaming on Discord. Alex was streaming on Mixer.
Yeah, there's multiple perspectives of it. My desktop was being streamed live to people. They were like, you could visibly see that if there was no funny business there, I caught the ban and then that was it. Ever since then, it's been a back and forth between the EA Terms of Service team. So that's something that I want to make very, very clear. The EA help, like if you reach out to EA help on Twitter or in their chat, or if you send them an email, EA help is very helpful. They are very responsive. If you have any issues related to billing or any other or account related issues that are not involving ban, they will help you very quickly. Terms of Service is who handles the bans for their games, and that's for all of them. It's not just easy anti-cheat titles like Apex Legends. It's for all of them, and they have been completely unresponsive. Like they will basically send you a boilerplate email that does not have any detail about what you were doing. They very conveniently include generic descriptions of what could potentially have gotten you flagged. That also include things like, and this is the exact wording, undocumented feature. So you have exploited an undocumented feature in game, and it's like, okay, well, what does that mean? Like, it seems to be designed and set up in such a way so that they don't have to explain anything to you. And once you get that ban, you're done. You're out whatever money you've put into the account. That's it. There is a official way to go about it. If you have the money, you could potentially take it to what is basically small claims court.
Judge Judy.
Yeah, it's not really small claims court, but it's the closest thing I can compare it to without getting too into the nitty gritty.
Right.
And if I were to do that, it would end up in like the maximum payout would be somewhere north of $3,000. So this free-to-play game would have net me $3,000 because of a false ban. But like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to like tie up my account for however long. I don't want to tie up the money involved with filing a court case for that. I just want access to.
Just wants to get unbanned, man.
I just want to play the damn video game. So, And I would
so
think
this
that
is
like I'm ranting now, but I'm gonna say this part, and then it's like I would think that not having a single violation across any EA title for the lifetime of my like account on both Origin and on all the games that I have played in like the last 15 to 20 years, I would think that that would be enough, but apparently not. So what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is something that can affect virtually any streamer because these are all very commonly used streaming programs, especially Discord. And what really makes me think it might have to do with the Discord Go Live hook, because they have their own graphics card hook compared to Shadowplay or OBS or whatever, is that it is still very new and still fairly niche, because you don't have everybody rushing to stream on Discord Go Live like you would Twitch or Mixer or YouTube. And I really think that they just haven't figured out that this is a thing yet. And they're just like, nah, bruh, you were cheating. You hooked the game with something we don't know.
Yeah, so that concerns me greatly because it's a brand new feature. It's something that's being pushed heavily. They want people to share their live moments with their friends. They want people like hopping in and just saying, "Hey, look, like this is what I'm playing right now. You want to check this out? Oh yeah, check out the new map. Let's look at the new areas. Oh, I heard they put Tilted Towers in Apex Legends now."
And then you're banned for exploiting Tilted Towers.
Yeah, it's a brand new feature. It's technically, I mean, if we're talking technically here, it's a brand new way to capture video in this game. So there's a pretty strong likelihood that might have actually been the thing, but I have no way to really prove it because they won't. They don't tell me anything. They just say, "Hey, you're banned. Case closed." I've had the case closed since 2 days ago. So I'm still trying to get some stuff going, but for now it's I'm just kind of stuck, and I'm not making a new account. I will not do that. That is not
That's
how
not a real solution.
Yeah. So.
Right, so be warned, if you're streaming with Discord Go Live and especially easy anti-cheat multiplayer games, you might be at risk, but also maybe poke the Apex Legends devs Respawn to like address this because reasons.
Yeah. So for now, if you're thinking about using Discord Go Live specifically with Apex Legends, maybe don't.
Yeah. Maybe wait a little bit.
And also, if you stream the game constantly, just make sure that you don't have Shadowplay enabled. Make sure Logitech profiles are disabled. You can still use all your sense settings. You can still use your DPI settings.
Just not the macro stuff.
You just can't use the macros. Turn that off. And make sure that the Discord overlay is disabled for Apex Legends. It's in your settings. You can disable it on a per game basis. Just, save yourself the heartache. It would be a real shame and a huge bummer if anyone else has to experience this.
Yep. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for chatting with us. Just wanted to give everybody a warning because this has been affecting our Discord gaming and streaming sessions and may affect other streamers as well. Like I said, we've found a bajillion Reddit threads of other people going through the same thing, and of course everyone's just like, stop cheating, lol.
Yeah, it's kind of there's not much help to be had from the community. It's just an immediate assumption. Hey, you got caught. You're probably doing something bad. But regardless, I'll be in the chat. So make sure if you guys like hearing my voice, maybe you'll like reading. So I'll be talking to you guys. Watch the rest of the stream, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Woo! See ya. All right. So, just to recap. Discord Go Live, Shadowplay, and Logitech Profiler, specifically the macro tools, can be a significant cause of getting banned in Apex Legends and other easy anti-cheat tools. They have been trying to resolve some of the other ones, but I have not seen a single word about Go Live actually, or the Discord overlay, being addressed. And a lot of people are getting banned with no real way to get that fixed because the support system is just unwilling to cooperate or, request any additional data or anything like that, which is pretty ridiculous. Moving on to our next topic here, pulling up my list if I can here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Right through. So, TwitchCon was in between our previous episode and this one, and I just wanted to run through some of the updates to Twitch as a result. We won't harp on most of them too much because this isn't all brand new news, but I did want to address some of it as it was requested and relevant as for obvious reasons. Twitch released a whole lot of changes and updates. Most notably, they have done a little bit of a rebrand, kind of harkening in on the 80s theme, which I can appreciate. I don't know why it's so popular all of a sudden, and I hope, you know, at some point I'm unique for it again, I guess. I don't know. But Twitch has rebranded a little bit, and they even changed the shade of purple that they run with, which I find to be a little bit problematic, given, you know, all of their merch, all of their graphic design, everything used that shade of purple, and suddenly it's a different purple. Always a weird choice when a company does that. But anyway, all of the announcements. They do have Twitch Studio in the works. If you are unaware, Twitch has been developing their own super simple streaming app. It is not an OBS competitor. It's a completely different program. I've tested it on a couple streams, and I do have a video on it coming soon. They are finally using or implementing some capture card support, and I will be helping, you know, get that sorted. So I'm very excited to finally show it off in a video, but they are putting a lot more work into that. So Twitch Studio is coming soon. They have completely revamped the streamer dashboard as well, and I have seen for a lot of people upon first impression, they don't like how it looks. They're like, that looks ridiculous. But the cool part is all of this is like customizable. You can drag and drop and do all this other stuff, and you have these quick actions to enable you to super quickly you know, change settings about your stream or raid another channel, things like that. And you can actually embed this quick actions panel into your OBS window with the new custom docs. If you copy this URL and replace your channel with your channel name, that will, copying that and posting that into a custom doc in OBS will allow you to get these quick actions directly integrated into OBS so that you don't have to actually access the Twitch page itself to use them, which is pretty freaking cool. New dashboard looks pretty clean. I do like overall the UI designs and things like that, but just wanted to highlight that. Coming on over here to more. Oh, we got a super chat from Sinister Hand, sending us $2. Do you know who the fluff I am? I am the fluffer. They are also in the process of revamping the channel page. They don't have a whole lot of information about it, but you can set up a channel trailer. You can set up some more about sections and some more information things other than the super outdated looking panels below your Twitch stream, which I'm not a fan of and a lot of people aren't. This looks much more like, you know, more modern social media things. Like, it looks like YouTube and Facebook and things like that, which is not a bad thing and will end up looking, you know, pretty nice overall. They've also started ripping off Mixer's features. And by Mixer's features, I mean features that people have been implementing on Twitch with a bot for years, but became standard for Mixer specifically, such as channel points. As you view and chat and use emotes and things like that, you unlock channel points, and then you can use them to spam the chat with emotes. It's like bits, except they're not worth any money. And that has been the confusion with Mixer already, is the Embers versus the Sparks versus the other one versus the skills and all these different currencies, as if you're playing Warframe or some JRPG or something, 5 different currencies running at once. And this is kind of doing the same thing, because the little rewards you can send in with your channel points are basically like cheering, only they're not worth any real value. So that's interesting. One feature I am super stoked for, look at this awesome mod view. This is mod view that you can set up for your chat moderators so that they can customize their entire UI based around moderating your stream instead of just having the same UI that everybody else has. And so there's auto mod queues, there's dedicated mod action buttons, there's the chat, there's users in chat, there's channel actions for, you know, managing the chat itself, and you can still watch the stream. And all of this is customizable and, you know, redockable and things like that, which is really freaking cool. And then of course they launched subscriptions on iOS, which everyone is super mad about because it costs an extra $1. And that has always been the case on Android as well, because both iOS and Android marketplaces add a extra tax and fee on microtransactions, basically, in an app. And so in order to make the same cut, they have to charge more, which is... I did want to add that the mod view is coming in spring 2020. It is not available yet. The channel pages are aiming for, I believe, a January release, but the new creator dashboard is actually live. I showed mine. It is actually live, so you can check that out. And then they made some changes to the ads experience. So affiliates can now run ads and earn money from ads, which is really freaking awesome. further blurs the line between partner and affiliate, but that's fine. But they also are removing ads on channels that aren't running ads. And so you can, you don't have to sit there and watch an ad on every channel that doesn't have them enabled. Granted, if you're watching partnered or affiliated streamers, you're probably going to sit through an ad, but that it does remove the amount of ads you might encounter on Twitch, which is really cool and everybody's really excited for. But I'm not really certain how Twitch is going to recoup some of that income. Like, why are they able to do this? That's probably a significant income drop for them, or revenue at least. And I'm not sure how they're pulling that off without negative consequences coming out. So we will have to see more from that. Also, there are polls coming to Twitch, and they're already rolling out. So if you haven't checked, you may have access to them. You can type in a question, replacing straw poll and things like that, but have it natively integrated into chat. Really awesome. Wish Discord had it. You can set up a question, responses, and then people can vote with bits as well. Or you can make it subs only, or you can make it where sub votes count 2x. Obviously, this would apply for a bunch of different situations and is kind of adaptable. You can also change the duration, I believe, up to 3 minutes for how long the poll runs. This is really cool. We'll kind of take away a little bit of traffic from other poll services, but I'm very excited to see this actually get used and implemented and stuff, because it's pretty freaking cool. Again, the new Twitch dashboard is available for beta testing if you want to check it out. It's dashboard.twitch.tv. Go check that out. Also, there are new stats available for Q3 of Twitch in 2019. Twitch currently has over 711,000 affiliates and only a little under 39,000 partners. They have about 1,500 staff accounts, and there are currently 1,316,516 emotes on Twitch. That's a lot of emotes. That's actually a ridiculous amount of emotes. None of this data really, carries a whole lot of meaning on its own, but I did want to share it anyway. One other feature that I didn't cover because I forgot about on Twitch that is coming is the hype train. This is another thing that people have done with bots over time, custom bots and things like that for your on-screen overlays, but there's a hype train. Whenever 2 or more people subscribe or follow or whatever on your stream, it will show up in chat and start the little train going. So as people go, it gets longer and longer and longer, and you can get hype trains going natively integrated into your chat, which is pretty baller, if I say so myself. One other announcement from TwitchCon, but not directly Twitch related real quick here, is the Logitech company, Logitech announced that they will be, here, I'll just turn music like barely audible. My bad. Logitech is currently launching a new streamer sponsorship. So they have gaming sponsorships for like esports team and things like that. They're launching streamer sponsorships soon, which will allow streamers to get, sponsored by Logitech. They haven't declared what exactly that will mean, but you'll probably get some free gear, an affiliate code, things like that, and be good to go. Yeah, so that is all specifically from TwitchCon. However, just a couple days ago, they announced Founders Badges. This is Fiverr. Right through. So, just a couple days ago, before or after TwitchCon, of course, but just a couple days ago, Twitch announced, if it will load here, Founders Badges. Come on, there we go. So if you were one of the first 10 Prime or paid subscribers of affiliate channels, or one of the first 25 Prime or paid subscribers of a partnered channel, you will get this really freaking fancy Founders Badge, which will... I thought my window captures were in the wrong place, sorry. But will show up next to your name, kind of like your sub badges and things like that, which allow you to stand out and show that you represented a channel first. And there's one of those weird things where you can't really earn that after after the first 10 or 25. So only a set, group of people per channel ever have that, which is really cool. They have a couple FAQs about it here. There's, nobody really has to do anything different. It's just currently there. They don't offer customized ones, so it just looks like this. But I really, really like this a lot. And so this is already rolling out. I've already seen people with these emotes, and someone has them on my channel as well. So pretty freaking cool. Any questions about the topics so far? We have blown through TwitchCon real quick. And I just wanted to quickly, make sure that we're recapped, because there is some other crazy news in today's episode. But that has been all from TwitchCon, at least that I felt was worth covering. Lots of Twitch changes. Lots of awesome sponsorships. There were a couple programs shown off there that I'm actually going to show off in some tutorials soon. I'm super stoked. By the way, get subscribed if you're not already. I have a video coming soon on 6 or 7. I kind of keep changing those top lists. Free tools for streamers. And there's some really cool ones that I haven't seen anybody talk about yet. So make sure you get ready to check those out. Gifted subs for Founders Badge will be interesting. I wonder if they count. That's actually really interesting. Huh. Mixer news will be after the break. We've got a couple other stories to cover first. So we'll go ahead and get jumped in here. Let me manage my tabs. Tabs. There are, a couple things. I did want to go ahead and mention as well before we get into the next news topic here. I did just post a video the other day on everything you need to know for a 4K 60 FPS or 4K 30 FPS live stream, which is how I stream these streamer news episodes. Walks through my workflows, the reasonings you might want to stream at 4K in the first place, the requirements for it, and, what limitations you might run into. And it is a sponsored video, but 100% educational. Go check it out if you're interested in streaming 4K. That's where things are going in the future. Cujo says, paid and Prime subs only, not gifted. Well, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to count gifted subs anyway. So close to 200K. Yes, thank you so much for 190K. We just hit that today. Super stoked for 200K. I don't know that we'll hit it by the end of 2019, but it will be very, very close in 2020, like January 2020, when that happens. All right, next news topic is about AV1. If you're unfamiliar with AV1, it is a really exciting thing. It is an open source video codec that's designed to compete with some of the best video codecs for compression currently on the market. VP9 and H.265. And of course, H.264 and other ones as well. But VP9 and H.265 are the big, high efficiency players at the moment. VP9 is what's really running, solid on YouTube at the moment. That's what most of the videos, especially higher than 1080p, get transcoded to. H.265 has mostly been dead on arrival when it comes to streaming and broadcast due to licensing and patent issues. It actually costs the companies who sell products with H.265 enabled, it costs those companies licenses per user that uses it, and thus it can't be made freely available for people to use. And so it's been completely dead on arrival. Twitch is not going to support H.265 live streaming anytime soon, period. Most websites are not. It's just not going to work. And so people have been looking to other alternatives. Twitch has been heavily investing in VP9 and trying to see if they can move to VP9 for big events to save them on bandwidth and to, keep quality efficiency up as well. AV1 is an open source competitor to that's been in development for a little while. It actually beats VP9 and H.265 by a long shot in terms of quality per, efficiency per bits. But this is the first time that it has been shown off as being both higher quality and faster in the same encode. Typically, AV1 has not been super well optimized. The main, encoder branch of it is actually very, very slow. It would take many times real time to encode AV1, which is why you don't see anybody using it at the moment. It's still in development. It's like H.265. On software side, it is way too slow to encode to, but if you have a graphics card that will encode H.265, you're good to go. There is no hardware acceleration for AV1 yet, and so they've been working on improving it, and specifically the ST-AV1 encoder project, which is backed by Netflix, because of course Netflix wants to get the best quality going as well. This project has been, a test has been run, which shows it being both higher quality, performing, and faster than both VP9 and H.265 in similar circumstances, which is really freaking cool. This is kind of the first time that it's happened. It has a Cascade Lake platform with 8 cores, 16 threads, 64 gigabytes of RAM. If you thought my kind of like video quality analysis and nerdy data was a little too nerdy for YouTube, this data is just ridiculous, and I have to take a little while to like decipher all of it myself. But all of it comes to the conclusion that you can currently reach a point where you can encode to AV1 faster than the comparable VP9 and H.265 settings, get better quality, and so all we really need is to see a little bit more hardware acceleration and a better decoder situation for media players implemented, and we can finally start seeing this hopefully actually get some sort of pseudo widespread adoption. This is going to be really freaking cool. AV1 is the future. I really hope. I've been cracking the whip on my NVIDIA contacts to see if they will push for trying to develop AV1 hardware accelerated encoding for their Turing graphics cards, because I really think this is the future, and this is the codec you guys are going to start wanting to look towards instead of H.265 on the graphics card. So hopefully we'll see more from this soon. Lastly, before the break, we do of course have a whole nother chunk of stories coming, so sit tight if you're just joining in. We are not ending the stream anytime soon, but I did want to talk about a pseudo sponsor of the channel. They have been a sponsor of the channel. I have run ad spots for them before. This specific segment is not sponsored. I need to like clarify that because FTC, I guess. Mod Mic has introduced 2 new mod mics to their product lineup. They currently have the Mod Mic Wireless, which I'm sure you guys are so tired of hearing that commercial for. Don't worry, it's actually done running for a little bit. Mod Mic Wireless is still going strong, but they took that same microphone capsule, the new unidirectional one and the omnidirectional one from the Mod Mic Wireless, and implemented it into a digital-only USB mod mic. Now, a lot of people have had issues with the previous 3.5mm mod mics with not having clean power, and they're on motherboard audio line in jacks or microphone in jacks, just adding too much static or hiss or things like that. I've been a victim of that myself. Most of my reviews of the mod mics I've had to do on laptops because I have very, very bad luck with really dirty power in my area, and the audio recorded directly to motherboard doesn't end up turning out all that great. Now, they do have the power converter, the XLR power adapter that you could use for your mixers and stuff. That worked great, but a lot of people just said, hey, we just want to plug it in USB. We just want digital. That's all we want, and that's what they are releasing here. Mod Mic USB with the great unidirectional capsule from the Mod Mic Wireless, and then the omnidirectional capsule that was upgraded in the Mod Mic 5. You get a very high quality, no distortion preamp in the USB connector. Sounds great thanks to the USB power source. And then they also added in a digital mute button, which will of course soft mute your microphone since it's digital, and you got none of that weird click or signal cut or anything like that. Just get a nice smooth mute button, which is really freaking cool. And they're calling it their highest quality and most user-friendly mod mic ever. They're also implementing the mod mic, or releasing the Mod Mic Uni, which implements that same new unidirectional capsule, which is their best capsule from the wireless and the USB into the normal 3.5mm mod mic if you're still wanting to use those, along with the omnidirectional one. Actually, no, they're removing the omnidirectional mode. I don't know why I said that, but they are improving the mute switch on there. So you've got 2 new ones to go with the Mod Mic Wireless, and you still have the XLR power converter if you want to use that as well. I will be having a comparison or a like, which mod mic should you buy video coming soon. I don't... Thanks for the super chat, Big Spoon. Peace. I don't feel like it would be appropriate to make a formal review of these microphones, given that they are now they've been sponsoring my channel pretty much all year. So at this point, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to claim it as a review, even though it would be, like, they would allow me the freedom to do so. So I'm just going to do a, like, which mod mic should you buy, or a comparison or something like that, where I can still provide, you know, the same clean and fair samples that I always do, but I don't have to have some of the messiness. Like, I will disclose in it that they've been a sponsor and all of that, but I don't ever edit my audio for those reviews or anything like that. So there's that. And stay tuned to the channel because I actually have a big shotgun microphone review compilation thing coming soon, and a review of the Blue Ember microphone finally. I've mentioned it on the channel a bajillion times, and that is coming soon. I'm gonna go ahead and run an ad break real quick here, and we will get going to our Epos Box segment where I opened up 3 packages, 2 of which were sent by viewers just like you. You can check me out at P.O. Box 459, Jeffersonville, Indiana 47131, listed in the description down below. And then we'll get to the Mixer news, because that is honestly the biggest segment of this stream. I'll be right back. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you've probably heard about TubeBuddy. Or at least I think so, but apparently 70% of my watch time comes from viewers who aren't subscribed. So, this is for you. First, well, get subscribed. Maybe enable notifications. Come on now. Second, check out TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is an incredible toolkit to help you manage your YouTube channel and improve your productivity and your video's performance quite easily. You can update videos in bulk, optimize your SEO, syndicate to social media, back up your metadata, and more, all with a simple browser extension. Head to eposvox.com/TubeBuddy to learn more and download it for free. They cover educational topics for YouTubers on their YouTube channel, and I cover YouTube news on their blog as well. That's eposvox.com/TubeBuddy to download it for free, but do subscribe first, alright? If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you've probably heard about TubeBuddy. Or at least I think so, but apparently 70% of my watch time comes from viewers who aren't subscribed. So, this is for you. First, well, get subscribed. Maybe enable notifications. Come on now. Second, check out TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is an incredible toolkit to help you manage your YouTube channel and improve your productivity and your video's performance quite easily. You can update videos in bulk, optimize your SEO, syndicate to social media, back up your metadata, and more, all with a simple browser extension. Head to eposvox.com/TubeBuddy to learn more and download it for free. They cover educational topics for YouTubers on their YouTube channel, and I cover YouTube news on their blog as well. That's eposvox.com/TubeBuddy to download it for free, but do subscribe first, alright? Alright, sorry about the double echo. I never get OBS's audio monitoring right. I really feel like they need to change the UI for it, because it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm the one who makes the videos on OBS. So that's embarrassing, and then I had to go find my knife. Before we get to the box unboxings, openings, stuff, I did want to go ahead and remind you guys that we are having a community game night over on our Discord server at eposvox.com/Discord. We'll be streaming and playing Day of Defeat Source. We'll have a lot of people going. We'll have a few people doing Discord Go live streaming so that you can, join in and watch as many people as possible. Helps get around the, 10 people limit. And that is going to be pretty freaking awesome. So go ahead and join our Discord server, eposvox.com/Discord. Let's do it. All right, first package we're going to be opening up here is from someone who I specifically requested send me something. This is from Diamond Rice. He is a streamer role. He has the streamer role. He's a streamer on our Discord server, which I just linked to a bajillion times. He was at Twitchcon this year, and I requested he pick me up that OBS shirt because it didn't make sense for me to not have an OBS shirt. Now did it? So let's go ahead and see what's inside the lovely Amazon envelope here. It's not Amazon. I'm trying not to. I already marked out the address, but I still don't want to show the label too much on camera. You know how that goes. We'll be going for about 2 hours during that community game night event. So, we can play for much longer, but that will be the official, time, I guess, that we scheduled to go. All right, so we have quite the giant care package from Rice here. I'm just gonna try to gracefully do this on camera. We'll be doing other games in the future. We're trying to keep it with the retro theme, but there will be ones that are, free to play versus, buying. But all the older ones will be pretty cheap. So first up, we have the OBS shirt itself. It has my name on it. Not on the shirt. You could have got it signed for me. No, I'm joking. All right. This is the OBS shirt that they had featured. It's the first time they've really had merch at TwitchCon. Oh boy, it smells bad. Ah. Manufactured shirt, or like custom printed shirts from some of these factories always smell bad. But here you go. OBS logo being deconstructed. San Diego 2019. Looks like a little Game Boy or something inside. Really freaking cool. I'm gonna get that away from me now. Jesus. Alright. We do have another shirt, though. Oh, sweet. This one's like a little Twitch shirt. It says, good game, good game, good game. Got the Twitch Turbo or Twitch Crown emote on it. It says TwitchCon on the back and GG fam with the bleeding heart emote. Very freaking cool. And yeah, we will be giving away a couple copies of the game during the event as well. All right, we got more in here. We've got a G Fuel sticker. Y'all know I love me some stickers. There was another sticker. I may have just lost it. Oh, here it is. Ah! We got another sticker. Don't actually know what this is for. That's fine. Oh, sweet. A sticker from Samson. They make the Q2U, which is the microphone that I say that everybody should buy. Literally everybody. Buy the Samson Q2U. They are not sponsoring me to say that, by the way. I should charge for it, though. I have an affiliate link in my review, if you want to go that far. We have Volume 1 Twitch official pins from TwitchCon. Really freaking cool. I feel like this is like a collector's item. I'm not supposed to open it, but I'm going to open it. Which pin did we get? We got a cup of noodles. Pretty cool. I didn't know they did these. I'll make it to TwitchCon one year. That's a RuneScape shirt, fam. Oh yeah, it's like a party hat. Heck yeah. And then look at this freaking awesome Pikachu pin. This thing's amazing. That is so cool. And then we've got a little Honda Civic car. I guess Honda was there and giving them out. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up, see what that looks like, just for kicks. You got the robot face? Awesome. I wonder if across all of us we got like most of them. Love little care packages like these. I really appreciate it, Rice. Yeah. Nice little Honda Civic Hot Wheel. Pretty cool. And then lastly, we have something that honestly they should have sent me themselves by now. Avermedia lanyard. Really freaking cool. If you all are unaware, I collect lanyards from events and companies and things like that. I have probably a couple hundred at this point, or at least like 800 going around, and I have not had one from Avermedia. So now I have one before I have an Elgato one. Elgato. Send it. Really freaking cool. This might actually be my new keychain one, because, yeah. Awesome. Alright. We got another package from a viewer, but first I wanted to go ahead and open up this one. This is a new product I may or may not review. It's actually a Kickstarter or Indiegogo, I don't remember which. I believe it was a Kickstarter project that I backed that I am super stoked to check out here. That's fine. This is the Switch Pod. This is from Caleb Waljek, I believe is how you say his name. He's another YouTuber. He actually showed this off at one of the VidCons recently. And it is kind of, you know, a little tripod for the camera that you're holding to walk around with, but instead of using the GorillaPod, which everyone says does not hold up over time and stuff, this is dedicated for that purpose. It is super easy to hold in one piece. It is super easy to collapse together. You can get some cool little, like, switchblade movements, hence why it's called the Switch Pod. Really freaking cool. Thank you, Big Spoon. Shout out to Liquid Cypher. Happy birthday. Okay. Happy birthday, Liquid Cypher. I got Linus's Lambo. Heck yeah. Is that Honda what his Lambo was? That's awesome. Thank you for this super chat to someone else's birthday, Big Spoon. Okay. Ooh, this is like packed really nicely. It is a super simple product, and you can put like a tripod head on it or a quick release plate or whatever you need. It's got a 1/4 chap up there, and then it collapses like this, so I can like hold my camera here. I can actually, ow, I can show this off in real time through the power of live streaming over the internet, because I'm supposed to talk about streamer news, and instead I'm showing this off. Forge Labs, I have a Gorilla Pod. I hate it. Yeah, this is to not have to do that. Alright, I believe there's... Yeah, okay, so another cool aspect of it is it has a screw on the bottom for the 1/4 tap, so that you don't end up with it in, like, the wrong spot. So I'm gonna screw this on real quick here. And this is a Canon 6D Mark II, which is a heavy, heavy camera. But... And now I have it held out like I'm for vlogging. Or for, you know, B-roll stabilization. Or something like that. One-handed, super easy. And then, if you get good at it, you can just, like, super easily flick those out. Flick those legs out. And now it's a tripod. Or it's a two-handed stabilizer. Or whatever. And I can set it down. None of that Gorilla Pod juggling nonsense. All in one piece. Super sturdy, super rugged. Not gonna break if you drop it. Good investment. My cat is digging in a box right now. Alright, last package and we'll get back to the streamer news. This is from Tempest Born, one of our Patreon, or they may have moved to Floatplane, I don't remember. Contributors. One of our sub squad role holders on Discord, over at discord.com/discord. They really need to just give me the vanity URL so I stop saying it wrong. Can that just be the only thing I request? Like, I don't even need the hoodie at this point if they partner me. Just give me the URL. Anyway. So this, I believe, is also a Twitchcon care package, but this one I don't actually know what comes in it. Whereas I specifically ordered the shirt from Diamond Rice. What do we got here? Oh, holy cow. Alright. Guess he's trying to one-up Rice, because the last one came in the shirt bag. This one comes in a freaking TwitchCon backpack. This is amazing. Let's see what's inside. The mystical bag of holding. We've got stickers for their Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/TempestBorn. I'll put that in the chat. I'm typing very slowly, but that's fine. Twitch.tv/TempestBorn. There we go. Go check them out. Big contributor of the channel. We've got some Magic the Gathering cards. Oh yeah. I believe they were having some sort of Magic, like, exchange event or something at TwitchCon. This is amazing. Got ourselves an appropriate themed Twitch hat. We've got another bag of sorts. From Red Wing. I believe that's the Boots Company? Ugh. Oh yeah. He got me more lanyards too. These are not directly from TwitchCon. We've got just a couple companies here, including Mitsubishi. Add to my lanyard collection. Heck yeah. I think that's all that's inside that one. Oh my god, there's so much more. There's so much more in here. Ugh. We've got Twitch shades. I'm not even streaming on Twitch, and this has turned into a Twitch show. Here we go. What's up? Am I a Zoomer now? Holy cow, we got the Twitch rebrand pin. This is insane. I didn't even know this existed. This is awesome. You got all the different colors and stuff. I can't see with these sunglasses though. Oh my god, more lanyards. Yes. We got Halo Wars 2. Heck yeah. I have a Halo Wars 2 lanyard and it's not anywhere near as cool as this one. Awesome. We've got an NES controller lanyard. This is power on it. Got the little NES controller to hold like your ID or something. Really freaking cool. What's up, new people in chat? Oh. We've got another Volume 1 pin pack. I hope we get a different one. Gotta collect them all. Like Pokemon. We did get a different one. I don't really... It's like a cookie food thing. Pretty cool. Or a donut? I don't know. It says Nom on it. That's all I care about. Alright, I believe we're almost done. I can't see with these sunglasses. They are pretty cool, though. I might swap them out for my sunglasses. This is the bag that keeps on giving. We got a Honda pin to go with our Hot Wheel. We got a Twitch-themed... G Fuel canister. In case I want to get cancer. Anyway. We got a whole lot of pins with Tempest-Born's logo on it. I'll take free pins. I ain't gonna complain. I go through pins relatively quickly. And, alright, we got a couple more tiny things in here. If you're hearing a little bit of thing in the background, that is my air conditioner. Can't do anything about that. Got 2 pins. One says I tweet, one says Meme Lord. We got one more of the Twitch pin pack. I hope we still get a different one. I believe my wife is turning off the AC. Thank you very much. We got the Nom one again. So I may give this away on Twitter at some point, so go follow me at @EposFox. Doesn't make sense to keep 2 of the same ones. And then we got a little dog tag for that squad game. Pretty cool. Thank you so much, Tempest-Born. That was way more than I was expecting. Holy cow. That was nuts. I feel bad, like you sent me way too much. Thank you so much, though. Whew. This hat is dope, though. Like, it's perfect. I can't wear it with headphones, but this is gonna show up more. Love it. All right. Let's get back to the news after I get a drink real quick here. Right through. Turns out I realized that if I'm not talking to anybody, I don't actually need headphones, so the hat's back. Next up on Streamer News, we have a lot to talk about with regards to Mixer. Good, bad, not so good. Lots of stuff. So, starting up, both co-founders of Mixer, originally called Beam before Microsoft bought them in 2016, they founded Beam in 2014, and both of them have just announced their departure from Mixer as a platform and company. Both James Boehm and Matt Salzamendi, I should have tried to pronounce that before I went on the internet, both of them have announced their departure, both of them announcing that they're moving on to specific other projects, such as... I believe Matt specifically is going to work on lasers, he says. And they're both excited for their new projects, so it seems that they're leaving on amicable terms. They're not running out because they think Mixer's, heading downhill or anything like that. But when you combine that with the Xbox VP, Mike Ibarra, he may not be the VP anymore, but he's a pretty big guy over there, also leaving. A lot of people are wondering if they're all jumping ship, if things are going wrong. I don't think that's something that you should believe or necessarily think, but a lot of people are getting concerned, as is reasonable when a for-profit company has their founders leave, because usually those people leave under the idea that it's not doing what they wanted anymore. But honestly, this is kind of the success story of an entrepreneur in that kind of position, in that they started a company, created a cool concept idea, got got acquired by a giant mega corporation, made a crap load of money off of it. It's running successful enough that they're not running it into the ground, and they get to leave and go do something else cool. Like that's exactly what it should be. So there's a lot of people who are like, Mixer's failing because of this. Because of this specifically, I think they are wrong. Grid's asking for the article links. They are all linked in the description below. So for that reason specifically, I think it's fine. But, could be some issues that they're just not talking about, because a lot of the time, they don't get to share a lot of those news. And unrelated, before we come back to Mixer's actual status, I wanted to go ahead and share that using the Xbox Game Bar on Windows 10, you actually had the ability to directly stream to Mixer natively within Windows 10. And it was actually a pretty cool integration that they had, although I doubt most people actually, used Xbox Game Bar at all. And apparently they didn't, because they're now removing this feature. They actually spun Game Bar off into its own app instead of this own hidden little bar, and they added things like the Xbox Tournament and Party Chat and Mixer Streaming and Game Capture and all of this stuff, and they are removing a lot of that extra bloat because nobody's using it. It adds more bloat and issues with Windows 10, especially since they leave Game Bar enabled by default because decisions, and they have now removed Mixer. They have actually specifically said that they encourage people to go use XSplit or OBS or Streamlabs OBS or whatever, but they are implementing new stuff like looking for group and party chat across mobile, Xbox, and PC, which is really cool. I didn't even know that was a feature, so pretty cool that they're implementing that as well. Now, getting into the big news that everybody has been talking about for the past couple days, Streamlabs has put out a report, which I don't appear to have that one specifically pulled up because I am prepared for this. I actually don't know why it's pulled up. Streamlabs with Newz put out a report for Q3 2019 live streaming numbers for everything, and a lot of interesting data has come from this. We got Bite My Bits with a $5 super chat. Happy 50th birthday, Liquid Syphilis. Okay. I don't know why there's birthdays today. Have fun. Anyway, this covers that a lot of people are migrating to Mixer due to the Ninja signing the deal and all of that stuff. But what it actually reflects is something really interesting and not good for Mixer at all. So, everyone's looking at this and they're like, yeah, look at all these people streaming on Mixer. It's great. The problem is, once you follow that rabbit hole, not everybody's actually watching on Mixer. And in fact, they saw a decrease of 10 million viewers, or average concurrent viewers, over Q2 to Q3, even though they're skyrocketing their actual streamers. So I've known a lot of people that just immediately went to Mixer for various reasons, not even because, just over time have been going to Mixer. A lot of people are streaming there, but not a lot of people are going, actually watching there. And I'm struggling to write down the exact number because it was actually a really shocking number. So obviously there's the Ninja correlation of he jumped ship. A lot of people ran with him to stream there, and they want to be where the cool kids are. Mixer saw an increase of 188% of total hours streamed from Q2 to Q3, which is a significant amount, doubling their total count of streamers from just under 2 million to just under 4 million, which is a lot of streamers. But their actual average viewer per streamer did not go up much at all, and they still have a fraction of the average viewer per streamer that Twitch has. And you can see here, their total number of hours watched by platform is lower than both YouTube Gaming and Twitch, even though by every other metric that everyone's saying that Mixer has now grown past YouTube Gaming for the first time and is now the number 2 most streamed platform. But that is due to the people who are streaming there, not the people who are watching. And so I could not find the original tweet, and I hate this, but I saw a tweet about this with these, specific numbers in mind that so aptly, describe the situation, in that if you already see Twitch as like a super oversaturated platform, like a crowded ocean, then that makes Mixer like a super packed lake, because for every hour streamed, there is very few viewers in comparison to all of the other streaming platforms. There's a lot of people there, but they're all streaming, they're not viewing. And so it really makes you consider whether it's worth actually moving over there now, because Twitch is actually still a more viable platform in terms of viewership, depending on what your goals are, when you stream, things like that. And it kind of shows that maybe the Mixer buyout was not the most healthy decision if total number of, concurrent viewers per stream in the short term was their goal. I highly doubt Microsoft, would pay the $100 million or whatever it was to Ninja for him to move over if that was their goal, because that wouldn't have been a smart goal choice. They clearly wanted some long-term brand recognition. Keep in mind, I didn't even realize that Microsoft had bought Mixer all the way back in 2016. That was a long time ago. Nobody knew what Mixer was back then. I don't even know if I knew what Mixer was in 2016. That was a long time ago, maybe 2017. And so they have quickly gone from a platform nobody heard of that Microsoft just kind of bought up to a platform that's on everybody's tongue, even if they aren't actually streaming there. And so they bought relevance. They basically bought their way into being number 2 and being super talked about so that they can build up that relevance over time. Over time, those viewers, as long as they compete and viewers find a reason to hang out there and there are fun streamers over there, they will find those viewers coming to that platform more and more over time. And that's totally fine. And their long-term goals probably involve, building up that Xbox PC streaming ecosystem all into this one platform that, recognizes their games a lot better and gives them more of a marketing edge. Having all of Ninja's viewers on a platform where they can sell the next Halo game is much more beneficial than just having them watch them play Fortnite. So, really interesting stuff to think about. And along with the streamer report that was released, I don't find it mentioned here, but I saw a lot of people saying when they were sharing it that Streamlabs is finally going to start supporting Mixer on like a more serious level. So that's cool to see. And then Streamlabs specifically released that they can't get direct data about Facebook gaming, but specifically with Streamlabs OBS, they have seen an increase of 236% since Q1 2018 until Q3 2019. 236% increase of people using Streamlabs OBS to stream to Facebook gaming as well. This is not super popular in North America, but apparently in areas like Latin America and a couple overseas European countries, it's actually really popular. And so they are seeing a lot of increase there as well. Like a lot of people are just kind of moving to different platforms in general and finding their niche in those areas, which is kind of cool. Lastly, I believe it was in one of these posts here. Was it this one? Nope. One of these posts. Yeah. Jessica Blevins, Ninja's wife and business manager, released a couple quotes recently to Business Insider regarding the move, because a lot of people were criticizing it, myself included, for being like mainly financially driven and things like that. And they specifically cited the toxic chat that was discouraging him and making him unmotivated to stream, which is something I'll talk about in a second. The lack of enthusiasm for Twitch as a platform, and Twitch not listening. Like they were in one of the most strong positions to negotiate with Twitch with what they wanted out of the platform, because Twitch wanted to offer them a good financial contract to keep them locked into Twitch, and they weren't listening in terms of the changes that they wanted to see on the platform and the improvements and, the overall stance that Twitch is in. They just weren't listening, and so combine that with them just being unhappy on the platform, Mixer offering them more money, of course. And apparently Twitch's contract specifically limited the kinds of licensing deals that Ninja could take part in. These were all big reasons that went into the move, not just, hey, they offered us a big fat check. All right, this hat is really tight. I need to loosen it real quick. Squeezing my brain. There we go. So I have an issue with the toxic chat thing just because I see this fairly frequently, and I guess I don't understand it. And part of that lack of understanding will come from a position of honestly not being in a situation where I have a chat that big. Like, I have a relatively decent size audience, but I don't have the constant, concurrent viewers that someone like Ninja has. And so I don't experience it. But the idea that you're leaving one platform because the toxic chat is there, especially when many of those people are going to be your own followers, and to go somewhere else, yeah, you're going to lose some of the toxicity by just filtering away some of the chatters in the first place, but they're still going to be there. It doesn't really change anything. And especially, I have stated before, and I will be as diplomatic as possible, some of the toxicity was bred within the stream itself. If you've ever watched some of the previous streams, it followed for a very specific reason. And that reason was very clear in his chat. But I saw this a lot with moving to people going to Facebook gaming as well. A lot of people who moved to Facebook gaming, I was genuinely curious. I was like, yeah, you cultivate the audience you want. Good wording, Grant. I saw this a lot with the people moving to Facebook gaming, because I genuinely asked, I was just like, why are people, like, every time I see someone streaming on Facebook who used to stream on Twitch or have a big YouTube channel. Sorry, I know I'm getting alerted over by all of the super chats. Holy crap. Thank you, Scott Locke, for sharing the wealth. Happy birthday. Ice, it's not your birthday, but you found this in your pants. Okay. Thanks. But a lot of people who used to be on YouTube or Twitch and moved to Facebook, they're all streaming to like 50 people. And these are people who have YouTube channels with like 1 million subs, who would be streaming on Twitch to like tens of thousands of people, theoretically making more money in the moment, but apparently these Facebook streaming contracts are just mind-bogglingly financially viable, so I wouldn't turn one down myself. But in general, like, you're leaving a massive audience to stream to literally every time I tune in. I follow a couple specific people. I try to tune in. They're all streaming to like 50 people. They all seem miserable and bored because they're required to stream at these like specific times, some of them at like 5 a.m., stick to specific games. They just seem miserable, bored, and streaming to a smaller audience than they should be streaming to. And I can't imagine that, oh, there's slightly less toxic chat because they have no chat is justification for it. Like, personally, like, I would feel so creatively limited if that was the case. But maybe if all your bills are paid and this is all you got to do to like live life on the top, then it's fine. I don't know. Like I said, to me, it's part of the job, depending on how harsh it gets. If it gets to, pervasive, just like an assault of harassment and stuff, that's different. But then that's already outside of chat. So, and you can enable sub-only chat too, which is what most of the streams I watch do. I can't even chat in most of the streams I watch because they just say, I'm not dealing with it. Sub-only. I just take issue with it. Everybody can make decisions for themselves. I'm not here to tell anyone what platform to use or why they should move. I always scratch my head at those reasons being listed, I guess. Yeah, and the contracts specifically are for time spent streaming. So that means that even if they're miserable and having a bad day, they've got to flick it on at 5 a.m. to stream to 20 people on Facebook playing a game they're probably tired of. We've got quite the super chat train going on here. Oh, you guys. All right. So I quickly wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to harp on this very much at all, but I did want to go ahead and talk about the synagogue shooting that was streamed on Twitch, on Amazon's Twitch, as all of the headlines need to emphasize, because sensationalizing is a lot of fun, apparently. And a lot of the headlines even specifically said, Twitch hosted shooting live stream on Amazon's streaming platform, or something ridiculous. I'm not going to say too much about it, but if you didn't know that it happened, because I still see people responding to like Twitch's response to it, they did tweet out a big tweet chain responding to what has happened and how they are responding and handling to it, and a lot of people apparently don't actually know what happened. Someone or multiple people attempted to break in and shoot up a synagogue in Germany, killed 2 people outside, and I honestly don't know how it ended, but it was streamed on Twitch for about 30 to 35 minutes before it was shut down. They had supposedly about 5 viewers. It was in the CSGO category. No one was actually watching it live, but of course the VOD after the fact spread like wildfire and supposedly got like 2,200 views before getting taken down off of Twitch, and then it spread to 4chan and all the awful places that should be shut down on the internet. Thank you for the super chat, Hunter. So, firstly, I just wanted to point out the weird, like, state that we're in with regards to this, because I have watched a lot of movies from, like, 2007 to 2005 to 2007. There's Hunter's super chat coming through. I do need to change that alert sound. That predicted all of this. That, showcased these weird scenarios where you'd have, like, a serial killer broadcasting all of their murders on live stream, and nobody can shut it down. And it just sounded so ridiculous. It just seemed like such a weird concept. And yet we're living that now, 12 years later, but we're doing it. And it's been kind of baffling for me that none of the platforms have been able to shut, not even just the like shooting stuff, but even the porn streams that were taking over Twitch for a little bit. And that was a whole deal like a couple months ago. All you need, I realize that logistically there is a lot of people involved in this, but as long as you aren't relying on automation as much as you're relying on, actual human eyes, it's fairly easy to get that stuff shut down from a human. Like, they're going to know to turn that off versus an automated system that isn't going to know the difference. And I feel like a lot more time and energy needs to be put into getting like instantaneous responses to reports on this kind of stuff, to getting eyes on streams and making sure they're fine. Twitch did clarify that the streamer that streamed this, or the account that streamed this, had been created 2 months prior and had actually attempted to stream just something in general before. And so, you know, it wasn't like a new account that they didn't flag properly, but I do actually like what Mixer had already implemented to try to avoid some of these issues, in that when you first make a new account, they require a 24-hour wait period before you can get your stream key to stream from anything but an Xbox One, which would just be from a game. To stream from a computer or a phone or anything like that, you have to wait 24 hours to get your key. And when they implemented this, they actually reset everybody's accounts so that you could, you know, actually, They reset everybody's account, so everybody had to wait 24 hours unless they were like pre-scheduled and pre-approved for an event or something like that, which is a big deal. I honestly believe that streaming platforms should set up a like 30-day to 60-day inactivity period where if you haven't streamed, you know, in that X amount of time, you have to go through that waiting process, so that when someone makes an account in advance that they'd want to, you know, stream from, if they haven't streamed in 2 months, they still have to go through the approval. Maybe it would prevent this. None of this is to address the actual like shooting situation or anything involved in that. I realize there is a lot going on there. I'm not the one to speak on that whatsoever. Just purely from the streaming side of things, I feel like more work needs to be put in to make sure that these things don't happen live in front of 2,200 people. I feel like it's tangible and possible. That's just me. But obviously what has happened was horrible, and I hope, you know, we can get to a point where this doesn't happen again. But I do see tangible ways in which every platform can prevent this from being broadcast to everybody, at least. And once you kind of push that to less, you know, viewable places, it's no longer the popular thing to encourage more and more people to do it themselves. And that is ultimately the consequence of having this broadcast in the first place. But he created the account more than a month ago. I literally, yes, I just addressed the solution to that. Thank you. Anyway, back into good news. Well, not good news, but news. Logitech CEO Bracken Darrell, which is quite the name, went on a podcast getting interviewed regarding the Streamlabs buyout. And this was really interesting because this was our leading story for the last stream. And a couple key highlights from this. It was actually a pretty long interview, but a couple key highlights actually really comforted me with regards to my concerns I expressed last stream. It wasn't last week, the week before last, about the buyout and some of the potential consequences of the buyout that a lot of us hadn't considered. In that they are very focused on, of course, supporting the, you know, they are focused on getting in on the action and supporting streamers. And they really like that Streamlabs is a platform that supports multiple other platforms. And they emphasize that a couple times, in that they don't want to be locked down to just Mixer or Twitch or whatever. They want to, you know, really support all streamers on all platforms doing kind of everything. And they actually even brought up the specific concern that I had in the last stream, which was, are you guys going to implement a Logitech /Blue /Streamlabs only streamer kit that gets you the best functionality exclusive to your platforms? And they basically said no. They said, yeah, we could do that, but the more likely path, quote unquote, was that they want to make Streamlabs successful in its own right, doing its own thing. They don't want to disadvantage people using other tools. They even listed other webcams, other microphones, other headsets. They want it to all be compatible and stay compatible because they are focused on empowering streamers. Specifically, they said what they're going to try to do is to enable, and they want to start being also a cloud peripherals company, cloud peripherals, instead of just hardware. They list Streamlabs as an example. I feel like they're trying to coin a new buzzword, cloud peripherals, that's never been used before. It's just a software service. But they're focused on trying to like implement other things other than just hardware and gadgets, which is interesting because we want them to implement more hardware because we need an updated, worthwhile webcam, please. They said in the agreement when they purchased Streamlabs, I'm going to take this hat off, it's getting pretty hot. They said in their agreement when they purchased Streamlabs that it was actually specifically quoted that they needed to basically be able to leave Streamlabs alone and let them do their own thing without them having to keep raising money. Like they wanted to just be, you know, self-sustaining without having to do all the venture capital funding, get other investors that may lead them the wrong way. They just want to, you know, have a parent company and keep doing their own thing. And Logitech was cool to do that, which is really, really comforting because I always get afraid with these acquisitions that they're just going to like rip everybody out and replace them and just kind of take over the brand. And they specifically even quoted that there are 90 employees roughly at Streamlabs, and they're all staying in their offices as the time being. Like, they don't plan on getting rid of anybody whatsoever. And so they plan to see, they don't expect any changes in the short term, but in the long term or midterm, they do expect to see Streamlabs doing more of their own stuff that is unrelated to Logitech. And that, Logitech is also interested in other software endeavors, and they're actually hiring more software engineers these days than hardware, which is really interesting and comforting to a lot of those points. Again, they're still a for-profit company. They still acquired another company. There's always profit and financial motivations and everything, but they're clearly trying to not seem this way, which is a positive start for sure. As someone quoted, none of the Logitech's own software runs very well, so hopefully them hiring software engineers means that they can fix it first before they develop new stuff. But pretty cool stuff. I need a drink real quick. All right, couple other pieces of Twitch news real quick. There was some addressing of some drama that I've seen going around for quite a long time about whether specific viewers are counted on a stream. Whether you have a stream muted, the tab is hidden, whether you have multiple streams open. There's all these flags that people have been saying don't count you as viewers. And for example, muting a stream and hiding the tab doesn't count you. According to this email from Twitch about these things, for the most part, unless you have a high number of streams open, which we're estimating to be 6 or higher, you are always counted as a streamer or as a viewer on the stream. Now, people have specifically said they've tested many times that if you mute the stream and open a different tab, having that tab hidden, you are no longer counted. And that might make sense that if they do have managed flags for each one of those things, that then, yeah, if you're both not seeing the stream and not hearing the stream, you're not counted as a viewer. But otherwise, one of those things should not discount you as a viewer. This has been a huge drama thing, but it should be fine. This shouldn't be anything anyone worries about. Wanted to quickly address that our wonderful, not really, president streamed his rally last night on Twitch. All the politicians at this point are trying to take up as many streaming and broadcast platforms as possible to make their message reach as far as possible, which is obviously, I guess the thing to do. That's what should be done. It was certainly weird seeing it. The chat was just going insane with spam of all sorts of things, including free Hong Kong, all sorts of stuff. However, all the articles are, of course, focusing on the fact that Trump has gone toe-to-toe attacking Amazon and Jeff Bezos constantly, and Twitch is owned by Amazon, so now they're using Amazon's platform. But I think people put way too much weight and value into how much Twitch is owned by Amazon. That just seems to be the only headline anyone wants to go with instead of treating Twitch as its own thing. I don't know. So this is a big update that I don't honestly know how to cover on the channel in its own video. But NDI, the network streaming protocol that I've covered before that has honestly revolutionized a lot of the broadcast industry, got a major update and is actually spinning off of its own company. It was previously in the company, it was created by Newtek, who makes TriCaster units and things like that. And they have stated that it has grown, it has outgrown a single company and needs to be its own company. And it has spun out to its own thing. So Newtek and their parent company, Vizert, have announced that it's spinning off into its own company. It's becoming its own thing. And NDI 4 gets a crap ton of upgrades and updates that are just blowing my mind. So basic, general updates. It's supposed to run faster, be more efficient. You can get more channels of videos streaming with NDI. You can get better quality at NDI at the same bit rate as you could before. 16 bits per pixel, higher color accuracy. They now have a multi-TCP functionality, which means it can more easily share bandwidth along different network paths, reducing CPU load. And they're now making free the ability to set up a computer or device to record all NDI streams on your network, which for a lot of broadcasts are, you could have dozens going at once. You can record all of them straight to disk without any recompression. So just straight dumping to a file on disk, no CPU load, no overhead, just dumping it to a disk. And there will be some sort of time code embed so that they all stay in sync. So if you have cameras coming from all across the broadcast building, all dumping to disk, you can then literally, they say you can just drag it into your NLE, into your video editor, and they will all sync up automatically. That is bonkers. Obviously, those are big, massive claims, and they will need to be put to the test, and I don't even know if I have, the capabilities to really test such an extensive feature, but that is game-changing in every possible way for NDI, and I am super stoked to see what comes of it. And they also have an Unreal Engine plugin that they're developing for NDI, which will allow you to send out an Unreal Engine feed in real time via NDI video, which is interesting. I don't know what will come of that, but I will keep my eyes closely glued to this story because I am very interested, because NDI was already game changing, and this is just getting ridiculous now. It is and all of these updates are free. I'm assuming there's some sort of industry enterprise level licensing that goes on, but otherwise I'm how are they making money to spin off to their own company? It's free. All right, one of the last linked stories that I have here is that Discord has actually confirmed that they have laid off a big chunk of their marketing team. They have not confirmed how many people they have laid off, but they said they have shifted what is the quote? Yeah, they made an active shift in the talent needs of their marketing department to better serve their growing business and future ambitions. Now, Discord itself is still doing very well. They are still growing quite a bit. They are a very, very big platform at the moment, but their team has always remained fairly small. And what this seems to be is that they had, they brought on a bunch of people for their marketing team, for their game store, and for their free games through Nitro that they were pushing, which they just recently cut off. And so I'm guessing it is people associated with that they could not be, placed at different parts of the company, and they just had to let them go. Always sucks to see layoffs. Never good to see somebody lose their job. I am curious why they couldn't find more places for it, or if they're just not bothering with additional marketing at all. It's really strange, but that is a downer for Discord. I did also want to cover here, I don't have a URL for it, so I'm going to pull that up real quick. I don't know what happened. Streamlabs recording. Streamlabs implemented a feature, what I would consider to be probably the most requested feature that has been said no to originally in OBS Studio. That being, they're calling it selective recording. And this is honestly, in my opinion, not the best way to implement it. I think there's a much better way to implement it that may already be coming to OBS Studio at some point in the future anyway. But Streamlabs' way of doing this is so that you can record your live stream without, say, your alerts or your overlays. And so you have a secondary recording that you then select which sources get excluded from. So in this scene right now, I can say, okay, I want to record this, but I want to turn off the little lower third that says streamer news right there. I just want my face and the video feed. Or if you're streaming a game, you can turn off your webcam or your alerts because you don't want alerts popping up. Granted, if you're a decent streamer streaming a game, you're probably acknowledging your alerts anyway. So that would get kind of weird if your viewers can't see it. I always have issue with the arguments in favor of this feature for most people. Nobody wants to watch a Let's Play that is clearly ripped from a stream but not presented as a stream that takes 4 hours on YouTube. But people can do whatever they want. It's more functionality. It's good. They implemented into this before OBS. However, again, it is still a secondary recording. It's not using the NDI loop through that I showed before as a workaround. But their goal is to basically have you record a specific set of scenes and just exclude sources from it. So if you switch scenes, if I cut over to just chatting here, it's also switching scenes in your recording, which means that you don't get to control what's in the recording. What I would prefer to see, and what I think might be coming to OBS Studio, no timeline on that, is the ability to just select which extra source is coming to your recording. So in this in a game streaming setup, or in my desktop tutorial setup, which is where I want this the most, I can have my main scene recording my desktop, and then also have a separate scene with my webcam here that I am also recording to disk. That way, if you're recording a Let's Play or a stream for highlights or reactions, you can edit your webcam and your gameplay separately, or all these different sources separately, and it's not controlled by your scene switching here, which is a problem for editing and for all of your stuff. You don't want it to follow your scene switching. So I think the version that may come to OBS will probably be better. But for now, Streamlabs is ahead of the curve here, and a lot of people are going to like this feature. Keep in mind, though, this does require extra encoders and compositing, so there will be arguably a double GPU load because it will be compositing the same scene twice, just with slightly different sources, and then there will be 2 encoding runs going. So if you're streaming on X264, it will hit your CPU literally twice as hard. If you're recording with NVENC, you only have 2 NVENC streams available on the GTX and RTX drivers for non-Quadro cards. So if you're using that for your stream and your recording, you can no longer record a second one. You're already using your 2 streams. So lots of limitations there, but worth talking about regardless. So that is pretty much it for the streamer news for this week. We ended up going quite a bit longer than usual. This is the most jam-packed streamer news I ever expected to have. That was insane. Just to recap, running through a couple things real quick. TwitchCon got a lot of updates. I also got a lot of swag from it, thanks to Tempestborn and Diamond Rice. You guys are amazing. Lots of updates coming to Twitch. A lot of them are already live. Typically, the TwitchCon updates take a little while to implement. A lot of these went live like immediately or this week. So that is pretty cool to see. Twitch Founders Badges. AV1 is almost ready for prime time, but not necessarily real time. Haha. New mod mics are coming. Lots of Mixer news with the co-founders leaving, and Mixer getting a lot more streamers, but not necessarily a lot more viewers, and in fact less viewers, so that sucks. And Logitech seems to be leaving Streamlabs alone, so that's pretty cool. And NDI is getting game-changing updates. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out in today's streamer news live stream. I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in playing some video games tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Discord at eposfox.com/Discord, we are having our first community game night. We'll be playing and streaming Day of Defeat Source. If you get early enough, you might actually be able to pick up a free copy from one of us. We'll be giving away a couple copies. It's fairly cheap anyway, and we'll be playing it for a few hours, probably longer, but officially like 2 hours. Streaming it, have a few people streaming on Discord, things like that. Go check us out, eposfox.com/Discord. I will post it in the chat here. And otherwise, you guys have a great weekend. I am struggling to type this here. There we go. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for your support and for hanging out. Go check out my, I already closed it, my how to stream 4K video. That went up this week. Right through. If you're interested in how I do these live streams, my full workflow, considerations of streaming 4K, requirements, all of that, go check out that video. It's really good. I'm really proud of it. Go check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the next video. Say goodbye to Remy. She's sleeping. Got the kitty cam. Bye.